Let me ask you something. What came first, money or debt? Most people say money, obviously, right? You get money, you spend money, and if you don't have enough money, then you're in debt. But here's the thing, that's completely backwards. Debt didn't come after money. Debt came first, by thousands of years. And the story of how that happened will genuinely change the way you think about your wallet, your bank account, and basically, the entire modern world. Now, fast forward a few thousand years, we're in ancient Mesopotamia, around 3000 BCE. This is Sumer, one of the world's first real civilizations, in what's now southern Iraq. And this is where things get wild. The Sumerians had writing, and some of the oldest written records we've ever found. They're not poetry, they're not prayers, they're not royal decrees, they're receipts. Clay tablets recording who owes what to whom by when. See, the big economies of the ancient world weren't run by merchants trading gold coins in a marketplace. They were run by temples, big centralized institutions that functioned kind of like banks, or honestly, more like the government. Farmers would bring in their grain, the temple would record the deposit, then they'd lend out grain to other farmers, and record that too. And the unit they used to track all this? Abstract units of account. Measures of silver, yes, but silver you might never actually see or touch. It was a number on a tablet, a running tally of what you owed or were owed. That is money. Not coins, not bills, not gold bars. A recorded obligation. A number representing a debt. Money didn't create debt. Debt created money. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. When did coins actually show up? Around 600 BCE, in Lydia, what's now Western Turkey, and around the same time, independently, in China and India. So by the time the first metal coin was minted, complex credit systems had already been running for over 2,000 years. Think about that. Credit cards before cash, ledgers before gold. And why did coins eventually appear? Not to make trade easier between individuals. Remember, credit was handling that just fine. The leading theory is that coins were invented to pay armies. States needed to pay thousands of soldiers. Soldiers needed to buy things from local merchants. Coins were a standardized portable solution to a government logistics problem. So even physical money, the stuff you think of as the real original money, has its roots in obligation and state power. It was a government-backed IOU. A coin basically said, this piece of metal has value because we say it does, and we will accept it as payment for your taxes. Okay, so why should you care? Because understanding that debt is older than money completely reframes how we think about it. We're taught that debt is a failure state, that real money is neutral, objective, natural, and debt is this messy, shameful thing that happens when you mess up. But what if it's the opposite? What if debt, the acknowledgement that we owe each other things, is actually the foundation of human cooperation? Early communities didn't survive because everyone was self-sufficient. They survived because people kept track of favors, because trust was enforced socially, because the web of obligations was the safety net. Money, in a sense, is just a way to make that web tradable with strangers. To take the fuzzy social promise of I owe you one and turn it into something you can hand to someone you've never met. That also means the modern financial system, for all its complexity, is still fundamentally a system of promises, of recorded obligations, of collective belief. Your bank account isn't a vault of gold with your name on it. It's a number. A promise from the bank to pay you that number on demand. The dollar in your pocket? A promise from the government that it's worth $1. We never left the clay tablet era. We just built an app for it. So next time someone tells you you're in debt, just remember, debt isn't the exception. It's not a bug in the system. Debt is the system. And it's been working, in one form or another, for at least 5,000 years. The textbook story of barter to money to credit. Pure myth. The real story is trust to obligation to debt to money. You owed me one, and now you know. If this blew your mind a little, smash that like button. It costs you nothing, but it's kind of like giving me a small social debt.